This might be one of the greatest episodes of television ever made. Not just animated TV, not just Batman. Two-Face Part 1 doesn't just give us a villain origin story. It gives us a Shakespearean tragedy, a story about friendship, fear, identity, and what happens when even the best of us break. What makes this episode hit so hard is it's about Bruce Wayne, not Batman the crime fighter, but Bruce the friend. Harvey Dent isn't just another ally. Bruce loves this man, and when he sees his friend slipping, he tries to help him. Not with gadgets, but with support and presence. And when that fails, that's when he becomes Batman. This episode shows what makes Batman the Animated Series so great. It explores big topics. When I was a kid watching these shows, I didn't realize how much they were molding me into the person I was, showing me what friendship was and how it was to be a man in a world that doesn't always accept masculinity. It shows us that even the toughest amongst us has a big heart, and when it comes to your friends, they're the most important people around you and worth fighting for. Harvey is one of the most likable people in Gotham. Smart, honest, clean. He's so clean he squeaks, as Candace puts it. But the stress, the trauma, the pressure, it builds up and it snaps. This is something that we all are familiar with, and we've all had those feelings. So I think that's what makes Harvey such a relatable character. We've all had those moments when we feel like the darker side of us comes out. And when we first see Big Bad Harv, oh man, do we see a darker side. That moment when Harvey snaps is some of the best acting I've ever seen in this series. It's terrifying and heartbreaking because you could tell that Harvey doesn't want this. He's scared of what might happen. He's scared of what's inside of him. As we all know, we know our deepest thoughts better than anyone. And sometimes the most terrifying thing is if the truth comes to the surface. In life, we all wear masks, but some of us have a terrifying side underneath. Kevin Altieri added little touches to this episode that make it absolutely unforgettable. The lightning strikes outside the psychiatrist's office, the shadows in the hospital, the thunder echoing in Harvey's mind as he's falling apart. And then that scene where he sees his face for the first time. The director Kevin Altieri has said that it's a direct homage to 1989 Batman, when Jack Nicholson sees that his face has been transformed into the Joker for the first time. But Two-Face, this one hits even harder because this wasn't fate or chaos who went in trying to erase the darker side of themselves, but ended up setting it free. And maybe that's the most powerful thing about this entire story. Harvey Dent isn't the villain. Rupert Thorne is. He pushes Harvey, exploits him, digs up dirt, spreads fear, trying to push him to his limits. And you can feel it. Batman the Animated Series has a wonderful way of examining the emotions of these characters and really bringing them to life and making the viewer feel it. I don't know if it's the noir aesthetic or what it is, but this show has always hit hard. And as I've gotten older, it just gives me the chills even more. When Rupert Thorne says, "The brighter the picture, the darker the negative," it's one of the coldest and chilling moments in anything I've ever seen. That one line is the soul of this episode. In a lot of ways, it's the soul of Batman the Animated Series. Gotham breaks people, even the good ones. This is something the Joker has been trying to say for a long time, that anyone could go crazy just from one bad day. Just like Heart of Ice, Two-Face Part 1 has defined Harvey's origin story for decades. And in my opinion, it's the best origin he's ever had. I think one of the things that make the Arkham games so great is how heavy they relied on Batman the Animated Series lore and canon. Nolan's Dark Knight even echoed this whole story, because no other Two-Face story has ever given us this much humanity, this much pain, and this much tragedy. Batman the Animated Series was never just a cartoon. It was a myth. Moral storytelling. And this episode, this was one of the ones at its best. Let me know what Batman the Animated Series hit you the hardest growing up. I've got a few more in the works that I'm diving into next, because some episodes, they just don't leave you and you have to revisit them at different points in your life. Thanks so much for watching. Like the video and subscribe for more.